Welcome to the Friends and Rivals podcast.
I think the best thing about a koozie is it keeps like the condensation off the outside of the can.
Let's talk Devils and Islanders, let's talk Penguins and Rangers, but let's not talk about Flyers, cause they're a bunch of fucks, which no one can deny.
Yeah,
Don't try it till you've had it. This is episode 91 of the Friends and Rivals podcast. I am one of your hosts, Tom Harkness. Joining me each week are
Stephen Wojtowicz, and I'm on a real heater here.
Bill Foucher, and I found my bottle opener. See? I told you I had it with me.
Nick Larita, not quite as drunk as Bill.
Yet. What is it called, Bill? I think he stumbled over the bottle opener.
Why does Bill's bottle opener look like a butt plug?
Is it a can?
No, it's a lighthouse.
Oh, it's a lighthouse.
Oh, if you show us the other side, it doesn't look like a lighthouse.
Also, what is shaped like a little penis? What am I gonna do? It's just a bottle opener.
If you haven't figured this out yet, Billy is on a stupor this evening. He gave up his drinking day to do the leaves on his lawn yesterday and promised us drunk Bill. So this should be
delivered.
I did yard work sober. That sucked doing yard work sober. So I'm enjoying myself and I'm off the rest of the week. And let's go. Let's do this.
No, like Steve said, and you delivered, unlike other people who make promises and don't deliver.
Still hairy as can be.
Still hairy on your face, Nick.
Look at those guys.
Nick. All right, we are going to start off with riddles with Ryan tonight.
Woo!
Yeah, Ryan.
All right,
go Ryan.
Matt, you want to talk into here?
The microphone.
That's a little too close.
Hi.
What's up, buddy?
To invest in, I just want to say this: if there's anything to invest in, it's the Friend and Rivals koozies.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Friends and
Nothing
Rivals, the
else to invest in.
koozie.
That's the only thing.
Friends and Rivals, the koozie.
Brian has spoken.
Okay, tonight's riddle. I just want to give a quick shout out to Cooking with Chef Johnny Schwa.
Why you're asking Uncle John?
So
Wait a second.
This is from my uncle.
His segment is sponsored. He went out and got his own sponsor.
Yeah.
Do I have to write a jingle?
That's amazing.
Yes, exactly.
Listen, this kid gets it.
Wow.
So shout out to
Did
Cook.
you really go?
He gave me a riddle and I called him 2 minutes, like 10 minutes ago,
good
asking
for you.
the answer to it.
Good
so
for you,
it.
Brian.
He said I could.
Oh boy.
So
All
go
right, fire away.
subscribe to Cooking with Chef Johnny Schwa.
It's on the YouTube.
Okay.
He's even better than Chef.
This is
Boyardee.
from my Uncle John.
Yes, he is.
I have 99 keys and no doors. What am I? Hey, put that phone away. Put that phone away, Reven.
Yeah, Steve, put your phone down.
My phone is watching the game. I'm seam
It's
ripping.
in the dang hat.
Are you a Jay-Z
Put it
song?
away.
Yeah, you put the answer
Is
in the
it?
hat.
Is it a xylophone?
Is it a xylophone?
It's not a xylophone.
Xylophone.
What?
How about a harpsichord?
No.
Are you an accordion?
It is an instrument.
Are you because of the Weird Al movie? I'm going to say you're an accordion.
No.
99 keys and no what?
Do you know what
I'm
an
not following.
accordion is?
No.
Okay.
And a Billy ain't one.
Whack whack.
I have my money on Uncle Nick tonight.
What?
You don't know what an accordion? An accordion is a
Wow.
piano that you wear on your stomach.
You see, but Uncle Nick will say the answer, and nobody will hear him.
That's true.
It's the other way around. No,
Adam Graves.
he doesn't hear us say things.
That's right.
So
Thank you.
I don't know if I should count it.
No, you
What?
shouldn't. No, you shouldn't.
No, you should not until someone says the actual thing.
Somebody
This is Harkness Trivia Pursuit rules.
Somebody said the answer in the sentence.
Still,
Did they phrase it as a question?
It was Adam Graves, wasn't
it? Yeah. Uncle Billy said Adam Graves. Was it Adam Graves?
No.
But how was it not Adam Graves?
God.
It's a musical instrument. Is it the flute?
Ooh.
No.
No. See, you got the right family. The piccolo. It's a smaller flute.
No.
No.
Those are wind things. Wind instruments.
A flute is not a woodwind, Billy. The flute is not a woodwind. I don't know necessarily what it is, but it's not a woodwind.
It's a brass. Is it a trumpet?
It's not a brass.
Hey Siri.
No.
What
Oh,
family of instruments does the
Flute.
flute? Hey Siri, what family of instruments does the flute go in?
Just like
Is
a
that bitch
typical
answer?
broad, no answer.
Come on.
Woodwind.
Shut up. It is not a woodwind.
Siri
I told
said,
you. That's
flute
what I said.
definition,
The
A flute
wind.
is a musical instrument of the woodwind family.
No, but you need at least some sort of wood in there.
A reed. It has a
'Cause there's a reed,
Right,
yeah,
thank
exactly.
you.
A dummy. Come
And-
on.
Well, yeah, that's what
Has
goes
a
in the
reed.
flute, stupid.
There's no reed in the flute.
Of course there is.
What?
Where?
What did you think there was?
Squidward.
Where do you think it goes?
I mean, the mouthpiece. I
Oh, wait,
get that.
he does clarify.
But is there really? You really have? You put a reed in there?
It's a
Really?
piano.
Yeah.
It's a piano, by the way.
But a piano has 88 keys.
It's
not
piano,
99.
right? And it's just piano, right?
Hey, Uncle Nick got it right.
I think
A piano's got 88 keys,
What?
not 99.
No,
Adam Graves, baby.
no,
Adam
but
Graves.
if you go back and rewind, Reven did say a piano
that?
on a belly or something like that. He used piano in a sentence. So
Yeah,
I
And
but
then
he
I
was-
just
he was-
said piano before Uncle Nick said it.
He was describing what an accordion is.
Listen, the co-host is the second owner of the podcast. In the Harkness rulebook,
They're all
I
right
am the
here.
co-host.
Remember-
Goodbye.
I am
remember
the
this-
second.
No.
Ah,
Now you
I am
say-
the
Can you mute
helper.
him?
Now you can say
Helper
goodbye.
makes the rules.
Okay.
Can you
Uncle
mute
Nick
his
wins
microphone?
tonight.
Okay.
Awesome.
a piano
You're
has
best,
88 keys, not 99.
Ryan is the
Hey,
best
Siri.
Harkness
Okay.
tonight.
Stop.
By far.
Say goodbye.
Later, buddy.
Goodbye,
Say
Brian.
Bye. Good
Later,
job,
buddy.
Brian.
Good job.
Night, everyone.
Appreciate
First
you,
time was better.
Ryan.
We have to work on you.
All
I
right.
had fun tonight, by the way, and I don't want to hear any complaints.
Okay, that's great.
We're not complaining.
Close
Way
your
to
ears
go,
then.
Uncle Nick.
Good job, Uncle Nick.
I like how your mini me is he's just like you.
Oh, he's
It is.
exactly like Tom.
Oh my
It's
God.
it's incredible.
My
Right
God.
down to
much?
the ears.
Will he
He's
ever
got those
shut
same
up?
Dumbo ears.
My goodness.
That's gonna say. Overstaying is
Speaking of-
welcome so well.
All right.
Speaking
Let's
of
go.
Harkness
Ignoring
rules.
Steve, it's
Was
great.
that? Oh, you like the Harkness rules?
Speaking of Harkness rules, you remember when we did a Star Wars Trivial Pursuit one day and you and I were on a team together and we answered Luke and your brother wouldn't give us the answer because it was Luke Skywalker?
That's correct.
Wow.
We only said Luke. In Jeopardy, typically you don't say the first name. If you say the first name, they require you to say the last name. But if you say the last
Not in
name
all
in the
cases.
answer, there you have it. All right, let's go to Friends and Rivals, the Cup. Do we like that one? And listen, it's better than the Four Podcasters One Cup. I mean, as much as I enjoyed watching that video, I think we gotta kind of keep
Okay.
it a little PG.
All
Little
right.
PG.
Oh, sure.
But
Okay.
the big news is I'm finally out of a fucking basement.
Oh, congratulations. Who's in the basement now?
You.
What? Get the fuck out of here.
No, you have 147 points with 509 games played. I'm at 149 points with 514 games. Oh, these are games remaining. I'm sorry.
Remaining.
514
Come on,
games
learn how to
remaining.
read
So I
the
got
fucking thing.
a whole bunch of game in hands on you.
The Rangers fucking suck. That's where I went wrong.
Trade 'em.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Do you want to trade the Rangers for the Penguins?
No, actually, I do not. I will trade you though the Rangers for somebody though. Who I got?
I'm not making another trade right now. You're trying to
Yeah.
take
Oh,
advantage.
you're
of me
trying to
while
take
I'm under the
advantage of him.
influence.
Yeah. Wow. Get the guy all liquored up and then tell him you'll give him the Coyotes for the Rangers.
Yeah.
No, I would. Let's do the Calgary Flames.
I'm not in any condition to make any agreements to a trade at this moment. It would be irresponsible to my fantasy teams.
Actually, I don't know if I want to
To
make that trade.
No.
Make a
I don't
trade
think
under
you
the
would.
influence.
Actually, I don't know if I want to. No, I think it's the Avalanche who are coming up that are getting me some points, and obviously the fucking Devils. But
And they'll get you another 2 tonight.
Fucking Devils. Yay.
As
We're
they
all
are
so
up
happy.
5-2.
Ugh. All right, Nick is still fucking running away with this thing. He's
Nick
30
is
points clear of
Nick
second
is
place.
way gone, man. Forget catching Nick. Anybody?
What's it going to take? Yeah. How much of a slump are his teams going to have to go into?
It would be
Of course, it's
Boston
really a battle for last
and
place anyway.
Boston and Vegas, right? Would have to like completely take a nosedive.
Boston, Vegas, Leafs all have to start to suck. I got the Carolina. I also said the Carolina Reapers.
And you also have Carolina.
Jesus.
Carolina, Seattle, and the Isles. Isles are right now the kind of they're in the 11th position in points right now. So
have Boston or
man.
Vegas lost a game like in the last 3 weeks?
Not much, man. Boston's 16-2 as of yesterday, and then Vegas is 14-4 and 1. I didn't look at the. I think Boston's winning tonight. From what I saw, yeah, I think they won. No, they're not. They haven't won yet. They're winning.
Should be
5-3.
close. Should be
5-3 over Tampa. 8 minutes to go. I don't know if
Nick,
Golden Knights
you
are-
realize you have two
They are playing.
teams in the last 20 some odd teams. You have two teams where we're all averaging at least 3 or 4. You have 2.
I'm so glad we
Yeah.
didn't put bet anything for the winner on this one.
Thank God.
Yeah, it'll be over already.
Only the loser has a consequence.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I'm gonna-
St.
I'm gonna-
Louis.
Climb out of that. That's no problem.
St. Louis was my only draft pick that hasn't panned out, and I picked them 12th. They're 19th right now, but they're coming back around. But I was gonna say, if we looked at the draft picks, Tom has picked all three of the worst teams currently. Unfortunately for Bill, his hatred for his own team resulted in him trading his team away for Ottawa Senators, who have just been terrible. Basically,
Yeah, but they
the
kept
second-
playing the Devils. They're gonna be
second
fine.
worst team right now, and Pittsburgh's in the middle of the standings. So, yeah, we'll see how that turns out. But
Just
Tom,
like that
man,
Robbie Cano trade.
Tom has picked only the Devils really keeping Tom in this game right now.
Well,
I mean,
listen, the Avalanche have only played 16 games.
that's true, and they're playing well. Obviously, they're Colorado, but you need that. You need some help from Calgary with the.
Yeah, I think I'll get
they're
that.
A little low, but
I think
they
I'll
should be doing
eventually get
better.
that. I think I'll eventually get that. But it's gonna be the
Preds, too.
Penguins, the
Yeah.
Avalanche, and the Devils that keep me afloat.
I think realistically, I have to have some teams start to suck, and that's problematic for you guys right now. We'll see. We'll see how if Seattle, Toronto, and the Isles, if they can maintain their play, that's going to be the interesting thing. I think Toronto
I
can.
bet you two of them can. I don't know if Seattle can keep it up, but I think the other two
I don't
can.
know.
I don't know.
Seattle,
I
yeah.
think you have better odds of clinching the win before the All-Star break than those teams kind of sucking.
We'll see.
I
We'll
don't
see.
know.
And look, if anything crazy happens, like the Devils winning 13 games in a row, I mean, sure, we can see some crazy shit happen.
Ugh. Ugh. But at least I'm not in last place. That's all that matters. Good job, Bill. Nice job, buddy.
I'm confident. I won't be here for long.
For now.
I mean, I can't compete
What
with
do you
Nick.
mean you're not going to be
but
here for long?
I can't compete with Nick, but the two other stooges in this race, I'm going to catch you guys. Don't worry about that.
Well,
I think he meant in the contest, not in like life.
I don't know. I think he can still outrun me, even in his drunken stupor right now. I think he can still catch me. He's not as slow as people may think.
No, it's very deceiving.
All right, let's go to Ride the Metro. Sponsored by Nestle Quick. Hello, boys and girls. Do you hate the taste of regular milk and need energy? Try Nestle Quick. One sip and you can feel the energy in your muscles. Nestle Quick, now available in chocolate and strawberry.
They say the real men drink pink, then I'm a real man for sure. But if you like the brown, I still love you for who you are. because it's time for acceptance of everyone, all preference. We're all quick on the inside anyway. Nestle Quick, it does the trick.
And this week, the Islanders are in the leadoff spot. They have a little tough time on their little road trip, aren't they?
Yeah, 0-2. Since I was going to consider the Ottawa game really last week, since we talked about it. The game ended at 5, like before the podcast even started. So start off on a good note, being 1-0 on the 4-game road trip, and last 2 games we're in both games.
I don't mean to cut you off, but
yeah,
that was apparently the Hall of Fame game. That's why it was on at 5:30.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
Makes a little sense.
I didn't realize that they did that.
Neither did I, or anybody else, really.
I didn't realize that they played early. Yeah, that's weird.
They didn't do a good job marketing it. Anywho, so yeah, 2 games. First game in the this week was Nashville. Tried again. Isles pulling their favorite move and just going into the third period behind. They were down 4-2. Made it 4-3. Quickly got another goal. The Nationals turned around, scored a goal. Isles got back within 1 and then just couldn't tie it up. Looked pretty good in the third period again. They out-hit the shit out of the Predators 2-1 in hits. But Preds played pretty good D, and they were able to just keep the Isles from roaring back in that third period. Look, I would think I was texting during this game that I was like, oh, here we fucking go again. Like, they just keep doing it, keep playing this game. They just start coming out of nowhere and playing well in the third period. But it's not sustainable, in my opinion. You can't just keep doing that. And this kind of road trip had 2 of those moments. The other moment was in the second game with Dallas. The one good thing in Dallas game was that Barzal scored twice in the first 2 goals of the season. So that was it was nice to see him score some goals. He really wanted to get one of those, at least one goal off his back, obviously. But what's kind of shitty was after a second goal, with under a minute later, not even a minute later, 30 seconds, 40 seconds later, Dallas scored, tied up in the second period. And it was a very tight game, really, that first 2 periods until the third period. Dallas got a goal midway through, and then Isles just couldn't convert on some chances. They had, I think it was something stupid like 5 or 6 posts. They were outplaying Dallas quite a bit, but they couldn't get the goal. And eventually, it was like almost about 16 minutes into the game, the third or so. It was a quick face-off, quick turnaround shot. I think it was Varley was in net for this game, and just no chance. And that was it. Once they got 2-goal lead, couldn't really. That late in the game, it was pretty much over. So yeah, they came out of those 2 games losses, but Dallas has been playing really well. They've actually been they've been up there in the standings. They're tops in the Central right now. But Isles were playing pretty good. They were playing pretty good against them. I felt pretty good about watching that game. Really sucks that they couldn't convert goals, hit a lot of posts, and just couldn't put them away. And then obviously the Nashville game was not the best, but in the sense that they really did the same kind of thing they've been doing with this late game heroics. But anyway, any case, the last game of the road trip is tonight, with them trailing right now 2-1 to Toronto in Toronto. It's been a pretty competitive game, but they're in third period now, down a goal, so it's that time. We'll see how it goes. But anywho, outside of that, it's been pretty slow week, I guess, realistically, just those 2 games. Barzal, like I mentioned, got his 2 goals. There's been some, with in tonight's game and this week, they've been trying to looks like there's some line changes going on with Lambert, moving defense around and some of the forward lines, trying to get some I guess just some consistency to the team. And Josh Bailey back in the lineup tonight. He's been scratched a few games this season. So that's been interesting to watch. They've had, Ross Johnson in for him, which has been, I don't know. He's okay. Him and Martin could be, getting switch at this point, but like two of them on the ice or in the lab at the same time, to me, it doesn't make any sense.
Bailey was a healthy scratch again last week.
A couple games, both games this week, I believe he was a scratch. So they've been scratching him back and forth. I don't know what the deal is with that. They're not really saying specifically if it's just they don't like what they're seeing or whatever. But seems like he's in Lambert's doghouse a little bit. I think it's been one poster I had seen mentioned that he only had like a couple hits in the last few games he's played, which is not really the Isles kind of style, and maybe that's kind of telling the story a little bit about how maybe what's going into that thought process. Maybe he's just not seeing the kind of like the full commit to the games. The team does really rely on being physical and in your face. But hey, we'll see. Interesting note: there was also a shit ton of scouts tonight at the game, Toronto and Isles, which to me is interesting because who are they scouting? I mean, both teams are good teams. So is there something out there for either team that they're trying to, sell some things, some pieces? I don't know. But there was quite a few, on Twitter, there was quite a few different teams out there. So scouting tonight's game. But that's one of those things. Maybe they're all meeting Toronto or something. Who knows? Maybe we read into it too much. But and who knows? So next week, Isles have a few games. They got finally back at home against Edmonton on Wednesday, with then a doubleheader with Columbus away on Friday, and then Philadelphia at home on Saturday. So a little bit of a come down here. They'll have one more game the following week against Philly at Philly. So it'd be like a home and home, a couple days apart. But yeah, so this has been nice to see come back a little. The Edmonton's a good team, but I think they'll have a little bit of a lesser opponents coming in, going to play against Columbus and Philly. So we'll see how they
four
go.
very winnable games coming up for sure.
Yeah, I think so.
So the Rangers are also on a road trip. They went 1-0-1 last week with games against Seattle and San Jose. And we'll start in the Seattle game. Jared McCann scored his 5th goal against Igor Shesterkin in 4 games.
Wow.
It's unbelievable. If any East Coast teams face the Rangers in the playoffs and Seattle kind of shits the bed in the second half of the season, misses the playoffs, I think that's the kind of guy you want to get for sure. But their inability to clear the puck on that goal, it was really what led to it. Mika Zibanejad, another power play goal, 7th, tied for 1st in the NHL with Connor McDavid. Now has 10 goals on the season. He's had a really good, solid start to the season. They force overtime as Trocheck scores his 6th on the power play with under 2 minutes to go. My eyelids were extremely heavy, but I heard everything. These late games are really tough, man.
Yeah.
The older you get, the tougher these late games get, man. I tell you. But Schultz, Jimmy Schultz, shaking it. 2nd of the game in OT gave Seattle a 3-2 win. The Rangers do get a point. Listen, Igor was solid again. The Rangers were hurting on draws 45% and trailed in shots 32-30. But it was a pretty even game in the end. Going to the Sharks game, probably the most consistent game for the Rangers have played all season. 43 shots on goal. Face-off percentage of 40%. I think face-offs are certainly becoming an issue, especially on the power play. Listen, you lose the face-off to start the power play. The puck is cleared, and now you're starting every power play, 25 seconds already burnt. So it's definitely affecting your power play. But the story of this game was goaltending. Igor versus Reimer, and they were both excellent. Only giving up 1 goal apiece, and Gauthier with deflection Deflection pass. Reimer made it 1-0. Fox added an empty net. Sharks did score with 15 seconds left to spoil Igor's shutout, but the Rangers do get the 2-1 win and 2 very important points. So a trend is developing. Rangers play is terribly inconsistent, with the exception of the Sharks game. So, hockey is a 60-minute game. Not sure if you all knew that.
What?
Yeah, I know. I was shocked to hear it. But let me describe some of the Rangers games this season, right? Flat first period, dominate the second period, get outplayed in the third, or, you come out and dominate the first, take a shit in the second period, split the third, and lose an OT. It's pretty much the blueprint for the Rangers this season. They need to play a 60-minute game like they did in San Jose, and you win more games. It's simple. Get consistent. And a way to get consistent is to get better balance as a team. The Rangers are not a balanced team at all. They're trying to force the Panarin and Trocheck marriage, and it's just not working. At least in my eyes, it's just not working. Panarin and Trocheck are both getting kind of their points on the power play. We discussed this earlier in the year, and then Panarin went on kind of a scoring spree. But after that, it really hasn't done anything and put any streaks together since then. And he's a superstar on this team, and he has to play like one because he's being paid like one. Listen, a way to get better balance on this team would be to split up Bread and Trocheck. Make Panarin a mainstay on Mika's left wing, and put Kreider with Trocheck. Put Lafreniere with Trocheck and Kreider, and put Kako on the right side of Mika and Bread. This will promote better balance and put those high picks on the top lines to give them a little bit more offensive punch and a little bit more offensive chances. Give them more time than just one game too, right? Because the last time Gallant did this, it didn't last, but 2 periods before he went back to the old way. But you got to get those players and split them up a little bit, because I just don't think the Panarin Trocheck thing is working. Just curious to know if they're showcasing Gauthier to get his trade value up. Kravtsov have been cleared and scratched in the past couple of games. And if you're going to continue to sit him, then a change needs to be happening. And same thing with Reeves. The bottom 6 is just as much as question as the top 6. Gallant and Drury need to make some decisions as of tomorrow night or tonight, depending on when you're listening to this, probably tomorrow night. Against the Kings, that will be the quarter mark of the season for the Rangers. And Gauthier is now at a point where he would need to clear waivers again to be sent down. In my opinion, he doesn't clear waivers as of right now. Also, allow me to second guess Drury here. Who would you rather have on this team? Kravtsov, who always gets hurt and can't take a hit, or Brennan Othmann, who can play a physical game and had a little scoring touch in the preseason? Just a question.
The second guy.
Exactly. And they're making about the same amount of money. I think Othmann has more of a bonus structure to his contract. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just to put his contract off another year. But I don't know. This Kravtsov thing just doesn't seem like it's working right now, and he can't get into the lineup. So if they are willing to adjust the lines to improve the balance, then fine. But if they don't, then a move needs to be made. And thinking about something, adding Frank Vetrano back. Anaheim's a shit team right now, and you know what? He is good value. 2 years left at 3.65 per year with a 50% retention. That's only $1.8 million per year. And you can offer up Reeves to clear the space if you want. If Anaheim would take him, that would definitely clear the cap space for Vetrano, and then give him a choice between Hayek and Gauthier and Colorado's third next year. If that doesn't do it, maybe you put Kravtsov in there. Maybe you do that to begin with, just so he can get some playing time and a chance on another team. And maybe Anaheim will go on that because there's a little bit more upside with Kravtsov. But Vetrano was part of your top offensive line in the playoffs last year. And he worked well with Kreider and Mika. So if you're not going to make those changes, at least get somebody who can play with those guys. And what else? You're also not sacrificing any of your top young players in that deal. only Kravtsov. So not really a big deal. But that's not a bad way to promote better balance at a salary value with a player that will work on one of your top lines. So this week you got the Kings, as I mentioned earlier, and the aforementioned Ducks in a back-to-back Tuesday and Wednesday. Yeah, you got to think Igor Halak split those games, and then home against the Oilers on Saturday afternoon before a showdown rather with the hottest team in the league on Monday when we record. So, Bill, Penguins, they got 1,000 reasons to be thankful this past week, right?
Oh, is it time for the Penguins update?
Come on, I just gave what a
Cool.
segue. I gave you 1,000 reasons to be thankful.
1,000 reasons, because I think that's in reference to Malkin's 1,000th game that he played against Chicago last night.
I forgot we got him drunk tonight.
Nothing gets by this fucking guy when he's drinking.
Yeah,
Nothing gets
got
by
him drunk tonight. Oh shit.
But look, I was thinking about the Penguins this week, and
Good.
And they've been winning a few games, right? So I was inspired. Like I had an idea, but it was really like divine inspiration that, like, after the Penguins had such a good week, I decided that I was gonna do this update in the form of a poem, man. I was gonna do a poem for the Penguins because they're winners now, right? So here I'm gonna treat you guys. Get ready. I was published in my literary review for my college. Why stop laughing like that? When I was a senior in college, I got published. So I'm a published poet.
Because you're drunk and you're making fun of me. Tom is loving this.
So you are in for a treat. Okay. So without further ado, I'm going to start.
No, there's been a lot of ado already. So
the Pens are here. They're severe and they won't disappear. This week began with the Pens playing their homeland, hosting the Maple Leafs, who are a bunch of queefs. Tavares started the scoring. He really is not boring. It was a goal number 400 for his career, not in one game because that would be a record. Celebrate JT with a beer. After that, there were no Maple Leafs to score. The Leafs went on to pound the Penguins 5-2. The Penguins' effort widely regarded as poo. Crosby's line was a -4. Brian Rust was shown the door as the lineup change was needed and Rickard Rakell was restored. Off to Minnesota to play the Wild. The game itself was anything but mild. The Pens went up 2-0 and then went full send, but the Wild tied up in the space of 12 seconds. Letang broke the tie on the power play, and Crosby seemingly put it away, but a shorty by Eriksson Ek made the Penguins go, "What the heck?" And the Wild say, "Today is our day," but Brock McGinn sniped a biggie. Gensel added an empty, and Dumba scored in garbage time to make the margin seem more fine. Pens won 6-4. Jari played like a $12 whore. The Penguins and Carter, the Malkin and Carter line flopped, but Crosby and Bluger were tops. On to Luzapeg. They played the Red Hot Jets, 8-1-1 in their prior 10 for Winnipeg. One of the strongest home teams in the league, and the Penguins with road fatigue. What will happen, you shout? How about a shutout? Jari finally shows up and plays like there's balls under that cup. Jason Zucker's third period goal gave the Penguins their soul. A pair of empties closed it out. And that's what I'm talking about. 3-0 Penguins win. Let the winning streak begin. The following day, the Penguins visited Chicago, where past success is a major no-go. Last win in the Windy City was when Obama just took office. And even though this was Geno Malkin's 1,000th game, the Penguins were started out pretty lame. Outshot 16-8 in period one. Somehow Casey DeSmith did manage to stun Patrick Kane and company, who ended the period down 1. Period 2, the Penguins soared pretty well for a flightless bird. 2 quick goals and the Blackhawks feeling like turds. But down 3-0, they did the one thing that any team does, which was come back and make the Penguins feel like scuzz. I might have made up that word because it rhymes, But the point is that the Penguins had a hell of a time dealing with the speed and the power which killed from a Chicago team on an obvious rebuild. But Sid the Kid Tusher put the team on his back, scored the game winner from his road trip point stack. 10 points from Sid on a 3-game road trip. A flood of points erupted from what had been a slow drip. The Penguins now have won 3 in a row. Not as good as the Devils, I know, but worth a poem. Better than the one that we got last week, because I'm more talented at writing than that Devils fan geek.
Nope.
That's also a 6-game road winning streak. I believe it or not, well, 6 games without a loss, I should say. Believe it or not, for a Penguins team that everyone, including me, thought was left for dead and doomed for the bowels of the Eastern Conference. Please make this poem stop. Steve, how did your Devils do?
Is that the transition we're going with?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
You can't
I
pay
feel
for
like-
a better transition, Steve.
I
What
feel
are
like
you
after the hour-and-a-half poem we just sat through, I've got to do a little bit quicker recap. 3-0, obviously, unbeaten. Quite the streak they're on now. 13 games after tonight's win. Wins this week against Montreal, Toronto in overtime in Ottawa. And I think the real theme this week has been just not giving the other team any time and space with the puck, not giving them odd man rushes, just stymieing their breakout has been the theme so far. I just want to touch really on something Hischier said after the last game. He said, quote, "We know it's early in the year. We don't want to hype this up too much. We want to stay steady and improve our game to be a better team." And I think that's his style of leadership, by not really being rah-rah guy, but trying to keep everybody even keel, enjoy the streak, but know that it's not gonna, we still got to get better as the season goes on. Even if we're winning games, we still have to do the little things better. So they're the first team to sweep both the Western Canadian swing and the Eastern Canadian swing in the same season. They're already at 55% of their point total from last year. I think they didn't reach this point total mark until like late January last year. So obviously everything's going great in Devil's Land. Edmonton tonight, win. Toronto on Wednesday. Buffalo on Friday with like a weird 8:00 start time. I don't know why. And then Washington Saturday. Washington was the last team that they lost to.
because the NHL has the Thanksgiving showdown between the Penguins and the Flyers. It starts at 5:30. So I think all games, because that's a nationally televised game.
Oh, okay.
I think they're trying to do every game after that, probably at 8, because the Rangers have a 1:00 game. I think maybe the Islanders have a game. Yeah, the Islanders are.
But they're just
also
trying
at
to
Columbus,
clear the way
8
for that
o'clock.
national.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Makes
Columbus.
sense. It's Buffalo. Who gives a fuck?
Buffalo,
That's it.
Who gives a fuck?
That's it. I gotta cut my time short here because of old long-winded Bill.
I was inspired to write.
Yeah,
a
were you?
poem. I
Were
mean,
you
I just-
inspired?
I
I was inspired by the way the Penguins have been playing, and I gotta write a poem because I've got to make fun of my friend Steve.
It's a 3-game winning streak. I can't.
It's
miss this
they're on a
chance.
winning streak, you fucking jerk. I wrote a poem because they're on a winning streak. I don't know why you guys didn't like it. I wrote a poem.
You can't out wordsmith Billy. Come on, you know that.
No, I
You
mean,
know, if you were going to do something like that, he was going to have a response.
Bill is the king of saying something that could be said in 10 words. He uses 150. As
offers more color.
for as
It
introverted
offers-
as Bill really is, when fingers touch keyboard, that all goes away.
100%. You caught me.
I know I did. I was there. I saw it.
You know, everybody recommended that I come and drink it, so that's what I did. What do
And
you
now
want me to
it's
do?
and now it's time for trivia with Bill. Yuck.
No, this is the wrong Bill.
Or like, yeah.
This is I want to say I'm not sick yet. Call me back in like 3 hours. But
When the
I
gout
thought
kicks
this
in 3
this
hours.
was a really interesting question because it was really weird. Okay,
How many beers did Gordie Howe have?
A lot.
When both the Buffalo Sabres and Vancouver Canucks entered the NHL in 1970, sorry, how did the league determine which team made the first pick in the entry draft? I didn't know the
Rock,
answer to
paper,
this.
scissors.
No, it was even more dumb.
Alphabetical
rock, paper,
order.
It was even more dumb than that. It
Nope.
was a coin flip.
No, it was not a
Really?
coin flip.
It was a coin flip between who came in with the Ducks and the Panthers. The Anaheim Ducks and the Florida Panthers that year, they had a coin flip.
Well, that makes sense.
And if
but
they
that's
did
not
that
how they
now,
did
it would have
in
been
nine-
sponsored.
in 1970. Yeah.
What do you think would sponsor a coin flip?
A bank.
I guess.
Wells Fargo presents.
Crypto.com presents.
Tic Tac. Did they play Tic Tac Toe? Or
Oh, they
Tic
did
Tac
not play
Doe, as I
tic-tac-toe.
like to call it?
Oh,
No,
They-
sir. That was
they
not the way.
thumb wrestled.
Oh, that would be awesome. I
That
used to do
would
that
be
on the school bus
amazing.
all the time.
Thumb wrestling sponsored by Isotoners.
What was his name?
Well, that's the thing. That's weird because like we would thumb wrestle on the bus, and our bus driver would yell at us for being yeah, I can't even say the words. anymore.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, the bus driver.
Would yell at you
Capital,
for
yeah.
being really?
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
he would
They
go
would yell
try
at
and
you for
pray the
being
gate. Whoa.
Wow.
God. Which one are you
Um,
gonna bleep out? Bowl or
Was it a
super
was it a Jello wrestling match? Did they have a Jello wrestling match to determine the winner?
They did not. No, that was not what
Bill
they did.
Cosby was the ring announcer.
I think this is one where maybe it would be
Jello
good
pudding
if I did the multiple choice. 'cause-
No. I don't think
interesting.
we're. I don't think we're at.
I don't think we're there yet.
I don't think we're. At
Okie
multiple
dokie.
choice yet. Jesus Christ.
Did they go by whoever had the cooler state flag?
No, they did not.
Did they have a dunk contest?
No, they did no Spud Webb. None of them brought him in as a ringer. No dunk contest.
Oh. Yeah, they did the target shooting. You know how they have in the All-Star game where they have the targets in the four corners of the goal. They had hit the targets in 4 shots, right?
This was 1970. No, they had not even.
Target
put that
still
up yet.
existed in
Home targets in
1970.
1970?
No, they
Have
were
styrofoam
not.
back then?
No, they were not doing target shooting in 1970. I'm sorry to tell you.
How about paintball? Did they do like a paintball competition?
No, sir, it was not paintball.
Oh, that had to be laser tag then.
Nope. Lasers. I mean, Star Wars hadn't even come out yet. Not even the first one
Mm.
in 1970. No lasers.
Did they do a cherry
Rochambeau.
race?
No and no.
Nick, what did you? Bryce Shambo?
Where's she waiting for it? It's like a kick in the balls.
Rochambeau is.
Kicking each other the balls.
Oh, nice.
Taking turns.
Did one of them look at the other one and go odds or evens?
Arm wrestling contest.
No odds or evens. No, that was not it. Nope.
Drinking contest.
Did they do it via 1 potato, 2 potato?
Oh, I remember those days. That sounded like you would determine who was it.
Yes.
In on the playground. Yeah. No, that was not how they did it. No.
Bummer.
Did they play a game of spin the bottle?
Ooh, that just made my I just moved a little bit, even thinking about that. No, it was not spin the bottle.
7
What was
minutes
his
in
na-
heaven.
What was his name?
Eddie Altz.
Did they have a drinking contest? Was it a drinking competition like beer pong or something?
Nice.
No, not a drinking competition. This was like an official NHL like event. So like, no, I don't think.
Speed skate? Did they do a speed like who was the fastest skater?
No, they did not. Nope. Negatory. It's between the Buffalo Sabres.
This was an
Vancouver
official.
Canucks.
You're saying an official NHL event.
Yes, sir. Yep. How they determined which would get the first pick in the entry draft. Yep.
It was a high diving contest.
No, it was not. Oh boy.
Did they see who could tread water the longest on an NHL rink after it melted?
No.
You got to go in the deep end. It's a swim club.
Ice. I think we covered this in an earlier trivia question. The ice was only 3/4 of an inch
4
thick,
feet
so
thick.
we're not talking about like getting up to your like chest in water or anything like that. Even so, no, that's not how it happened.
Oh, did they have a drag race?
That was big in the 70s.
Drag
Big in the
queen
70s,
race,
right?
or you mean
Drop
like
the fucking
drag?
bandana and you gun it. Toward the
Actually,
cliff.
no, neither one of them.
It
No.
was the 70s. So did they see who could smoke the most marijuana?
Ooh.
Mary Jane. No, they didn't. It was not a Mary Jane smoking contest. No, sir.
They
Do you guys want
melted-
the
they
muscle?
melted the ice.
No, Bill, we're trying to make
They-
this as long as your stupid poem.
They got a person, they go on someone else's shoulder and they had chicken fights.
No, I don't think I could quite wrap
I
my
don't
head
like that
around what
Nick's
you were
not
just
guessing
saying.
anything. Nick looks so bored. Look at him.
Was this like they just start doing? Sorry, this is a tight game. You guys are going off forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick, have you ever listened to the podcast?
No, I don't. No, I live it.
First day?
Was it a measuring contest of wills or appendages?
Or penises?
Dicks,
Or
yeah.
appendages?
No.
Uh-oh. Someone has
Tom
started
Marcus
sharing
has
his
started
screen.
sharing his screen. But we haven't answered the question yet.
All right, what's the multiple choice, Bill? Let's go.
All right, yeah,
Come
all
on.
right, we'll go multiple.
Multiple choice.
Two knuckleheads will
Okay.
go forever.
A, tickets were drawn out of a hat. B, a dart was thrown at a giant dartboard.
Ooh.
C, a giant wheel was spun. Or D,
These
a
are good.
player got injured.
I like
player
the
got
dartboard
injured?
thing. I like the dartboard thing.
I like the
The
wheel
dartboard?
thing. I feel like that would
Price
have
is
been,
Right rules?
seen on any
Steve
local.
got it. Steve got it. The
Again?
wheel.
Totally a
Oh,
boardwalk
wheel,
game.
baby.
They're both
Wow.
boardwalk games,
Giant
actually.
wheel was spun. Woo! We're done. All right, Nick.
That was good. That was good.
And now it's time for Presents with Nick.
Fucking great. Ladies and gentlemen, the Friends of Rollins podcast. Ready for the fastest 2 minutes of this Type 45 show. It's a 20 questions power play. The rules are simple. The group has 2 minutes to guess a famous player, coach, front office, or any famous person associated with one of the 4 Friends and Rivals favorite teams. The group can ask up to 20 questions or rapid fire. Our host Nick fails horribly at answering and keeping track of any questions asked, especially anybody named Adam Graves. Answers will only come in the form of yes or no. People have to make a final guess once they hit 20 questions or the power play has expired. If the group is successful, they win for the week and avoid shame for unable to win at a children's game. And away we go.
All right, Bill, you're the drunkest. You can start. Go.
Is it Walt Dubbney?
No.
Oh, shit.
Is this player associated with the Rangers?
Yeah. Yes.
Could be one of those multiple team people.
Yeah, was this person also associated with the Pittsburgh Penguins?
Yes.
I got it. I think I got it.
Is it Ulfi Samuelson?
No.
Is it Jaromir Jagr?
No.
Is it Luke Robitaille?
No.
Is it Kevin Stevens?
No.
Is it Sergei Zubov?
No.
Is it Mike Rupp?
No. That's a lot of players.
Is it?
That's pretty good.
I don't think I know anymore. Is it Bill
Yeah.
Guerin? He wasn't a Ranger, was
No.
he?
Not
Is it
Bill
Bill
Guerin.
Guerin?
No.
I don't know.
Is it Alex Kovalev?
No.
Ooh.
Is this player Canadian?
No.
Did
Mar-
Zubov play
Marty
for both?
Straka?
Yeah, we got it on number 13.
Ooh, nice, Tom.
Marty Straka.
That's a
40 seconds.
cross ice. You just buried a cross ice feed on that one. That is
You did.
a Alex Ovechkin slapper.
That's
Marty
because the
Straka.
fucking record. Yeah,
Marty
baby.
Straka played for 3 of our teams. He played for Rangers, Isles, and Penguins, although most of his time, over 400 games with Penguins. He
We
did
were
play
mad at
20 games with the Isles. It was not during a trade, I guess, if I remember correctly, but because it was 95, 96. And he played with the Rangers for 3 seasons. So
Fuck that Matty Martinkovic
yeah.
motherfucker.
He was a good player for the Rangers.
yeah.
Woohoo!
Nice job, Tom. We really
Yeah,
did
but
come up with a
I would not
fucking
have
good
forgotten.
list, though. That was
That was actually coherent. I'm actually surprised.
What, Billy
was
was
well
actually
done.
coherent? I was too.
No, you had actual good guesses. Great job.
I would have never
Although
remembered Straka, though. That was a good one.
Steve had the best question. Was he Canadian? Because that was a good question.
That
'Cause
did
if he's
help.
not, then that puts a lot of guys out.
does limit.
Yeah, but
does
I
limit
don't
the
know
field.
if I knew anybody else after that. Well, no, yeah, Peter Nedved.
Yeah.
He doesn't count though. All right, let's go to this date in Steve's stomach.
Oh, that feels better.
Yeah.
This one brings us to the year of our Lord 2016.
Pray for us.
2016.
Pray for us with this segment, please. Please be a decent segment this time.
The year of our Lord. What are we putting our dick in
What-
today?
What
Yeah,
page
man.
should I open my hymnal to?
That's
We're gonna have to change the name of this.
Well done.
It's gonna be a
go to
completely different
August
segment.
4th. August 4.
Actually,
August-
I vote that we separate the segment, Steve's stomach, and then Tom's perverted, weird, fucking whatever. I don't know what the hell to call it.
Why?
I'm with Nick. I can see this guy's fucking face right now. Jesus Christ.
We're already past Steve. It's already don't even have to
I don't even have to
Put
tell
the
you what I
book away.
had.
put the
Go
book
ahead.
away. He's already
Let's
given
go
us
with
the
Oh my God.
Those of you who
Granola
can't see-
bar for breakfast. Shake Shack cheeseburger, cheese fries, and a Coke Zero. 30 minutes on the elliptical. Steak and potatoes with corn at Tom's house. Tom makes the most delicious steak ever.
Ever.
Good job, Tom.
Coke Zero on the side.
Nice.
Why did you pick August 4th, 2016? What did this disgusting old human being do?
Look at this guy, huh? This guy, a man was arrested Friday for having inappropriate relations with a goat on Friday, according to the Paulding County Sheriff's Office. Freddie Wadsworth of Douglasville was charged with bestiality. Deputies said that they responded to a report of an incident or a report of indecent exposure along Peggy Meadows Way. I thought that was a woman in the story. Threesome.
What would a woman be doing in this story? No way.
Wait, did the goat call the cops?
Yeah. No, neighbors told deputies they saw a man performing a sexual act with a goat. Deputies later determined Wadsworth was responsible. I mean, look at the guy. He was
He looks like
arrested-
he drinks bourbon and fucking drinks beer
moonshine.
all day.
Right. He was arrested and booked into
Hey,
the
wait.
Paulding County Jail. There he is. He is going to haunt your
Wow.
dreams.
God.
Maybe we
He
can get
does
the
look like me.
marketing
I gotta
department
be
to,
honest.
I
Two
don't know if the
pictures
marketing
of that.
department will stoop that low.
Looks like Bill after 3 bourbons. You're
That
done.
does
You're
look
cut
like
off.
me. That does look like me in about 15 years. Yeah.
Freddie
Shit, who am I talking about?
Wadsworth.
That looks like me in 5 years.
15 years.
Freddie Wadsworth.
You in 15 years, we'd have to dig you up to see you.
Those are, I mean, those are. Yeah, this guy, he's gonna haunt my dreams tonight.
That guy was called out already in like Jane Silent Bob Strike Back. Like they're like, he's a goat fucker. Like he's not one of us.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess I was hoping people didn't actually do it, but people are
What?
fucking
Bestiality? You don't think people actually do
No,
it?
I mean a goat of all things.
Well, yeah, it's the easiest to reach. You can't do a horse. You'd have to get up on a step stool. Cow, same thing. You got to think about. Never mind.
Something that doesn't
Sure, I haven't thought
kick
about
back
that
and like
Wow,
knock you in the
we're-
next
we're-
week. I mean,
Never.
you
never
know,
mind.
There's
Take
nothing good that come out of this part there.
I'm drunk too, bitches.
Steve, you're sober as a bird, buddy.
There was always that scene in Bachelor Party, right, with the donkey who was dancing, right, and he sniffed all those drugs and then went ape shit.
Oh yeah,
That was about it.
True.
Kinky Kelly was a donkey. No, wasn't Kinky Kelly?
Yes,
Kelly was a donkey, yes.
Yep, that was a donkey show. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm Kelly.
Well, there is only one thing that can follow that Steve segment.
Wrapping
Steve
up the
Clement
show?
segment, and that is Thanksgiving is this week, and we all
Oh,
are thankful.
do this shit again.
What do you mean the shit?
What?
You know
No, yeah. Go.
Now
Sorry.
you get to lead. What are you thankful for this year, Stephen?
13-game winning streak. Competent goaltending. How about I'll switch it up to competent goaltending.
Competent goaltending. Nick, what do you
And you
thankful
guys
for?
too, I think. Am I
Thanks.
supposed to say that?
I think so.
Oh, sure.
I guess I'm thankful for friends and family. It's Thanksgiving.
Fuck that.
You know, if this comes to hockey, Ilya Sorokin for keeping us in games that we shouldn't be in right now, and third period comebacks.
Third period. That's a good one. Third period comebacks.
Let's go. Yeah, gotta love
Oh.
those.
Billy's going to make you go next so that he can make us all look bad by saying he's thankful for us.
Oh yeah, he's gonna go with something really fucking deep. I am thankful for road rage because this past weekend I catfished this motherfucker into such bad road rage that I made him get off of the wrong fucking exit. It was a thing of beauty. I fucking loved it.
What?
He was so pissed off at me, wanted to kill me so bad that I put my right turn signal on at exit 136, and he was ahead of me and went up the ramp. And at the last second, once he had committed, I went back on the parkway because I don't get off at exit 136. So that motherfucker took a tour through downtown Cranford. Hey man, if you're the guy who was driving that Dodge Ram, anybody who drives a Dodge, you know, I know you're just driving because you got a small dick anyway. I know because I drove a Charger for 7 fucking years. Dude, if you were the one who I suckered into going up that exit ramp when that was not your exit, I had such a good fucking laugh when I pointed at you and laughed. I had the best fucking day of road rage ever. So that's what I'm thankful for, is stupid motherfuckers on the highway.
What did you
So
do,
what about you, Tom?
gentlemen?
Yeah,
What's
what
that?
did you do to piss him off initially?
What did I do? No, it was nothing that I did.
No, for
I
real.
was just
It
sitting
wasn't
in the
anything
left
you
lane.
did.
I was in the left lane. I saw this fucker driving really super aggressive all the way in the right lane, like 4 lanes over on the parkway. And I said, oh, Jesus, this guy's a problem. So he hits traffic in his right lane, obviously. He comes over and I don't leave him any room in the left lane. And I knew he was going to do it. He cuts me off in the left lane, which I knew was going to happen. I'm not really pissed, but I just gave him the horn and the middle finger anyway, just because it's fun. And I just see who reacts to it. And sure enough, this guy lost his shit and wanted to fucking kill me. So I'm behind him, and he actually spit at my car, which is only the 3rd time ever in my life that somebody spit at my car in like 30 fucking years driving. Like, happens once a decade. It was a beautiful thing. So he spits at my car, and then he's like acting like he wants me to pass him. I'm like, oh, it's stupid. I know what you're doing, dude. You're gonna tell me that you know, you're gonna wave me past you, and then you're gonna fucking cut me off or try to run me into the wall, whatever the fuck. So I just stayed behind him, and I calculatedly put my right turn signal on like I was going to exit, and so he exited because he wanted to kick my ass or whatever. And I pulled back on the highway and I waved goodbye and I laughed at him. It was so great. So no, he was the one acting like a jackass, and he was just pissed off at me for calling him out on it. So great thing. Tom, what are you thankful for?
Wow. I am thankful for Igor Shesterkin's $5.5 million a year contract. That's what I'm thankful for right now. And you and all you.
All right, is he sharing it with you?
No, because if it was any more than that, we would not be able to afford anybody else on this team because he's going to make a lot of money eventually. I guess the Islanders won in overtime.
Oh yeah, Tom. Nick just put his arms up and is like, I'm a minute behind, so I'm just going to watch this overtime. Like, I got like 3:12 left in overtime.
What are you talking about? It's the second period. Bill, it says period 2, Bill.
18 shoots. Oh, he scores.
Come back, kids. New York Islanders.
Comeback kid. Third period comeback. Ilya Sorokin. Both factors in this game. Also, fun fact, I'll share next week. Cal Clutterbuck becomes the all-time hits leader in tonight's game. A stat that's only been tracked for since 2005, 2006. So it's not like we haven't been tracking this stat for the entirety of hockey, only the last 15, 16 years. But he passed Dustin Brown on the on the all-time list. And so Dustin Brown's he's no longer, he's retired, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's still alive. It's not like he's no longer with us. He's still alive.
Matt Martin is now in third place. He'll eventually pass Dustin Brown as well. And then who's the next guy after him?
Casey Cizikas.
Everybody
Alexander Ovechkin.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. He wants to
go. It was like 300 something behind these two, so he's not going to catch them. But anyway, it's like wild. You're like, holy shit, Alexander Ovechkin's that many? But it's a newer stat. There'd be 1 billion hits and everything in the 60s, 70s. All they do is hit people. So
I think Gordy Howe did that.
He probably would because he played for fucking forever and hit everything like a maniac.
He fucking hit everything. So, all right, that's going to do it for us this evening. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at friends_rivals, Facebook, YouTube, Friends and Rivals podcast. Go on there, click, comment, and share. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We will read them on the air if you want us to. Turn on notifications for our podcast so you never miss an episode of the Friends and Rivals podcast. And before we get to Billy, just for all of our listener, we want to wish you a happy and healthy Thanksgiving.
Yes. Happy Thanksgiving, Pete.
Thanks very much. We really appreciate your support and your text messages to Bill. Billy, say something with you.
Pass the stuffing.